Good morning. It is the day after blizzard number 2. I just said this morning in my Instagram stories, blizzard number 1's a bit exhilarating. Blizzard number 2 is not so much anymore. But I'm gonna go bring out some, some salad. Ooh, it's bright. Wow, what is this? This is cucumbers. Some cucumbers and tomatoes. I had some I needed to get rid of. And then I have to show you something crazy. So there was a bit, this blizzard was a bit unique. Actually, quite a bit unique. So a couple days before this blizzard, it was 50-some degrees. So everything began thawing naturally, and it was sunny. But the ground is not thawed. So it started flooding. And I'm gonna show you, we realized real early last year that this particular area does flood, but this is crazy. It did not do this last winter that I recall. So I'm actually documenting this, for me too, because I want to watch this over the next few weeks. Well, I'll tell you more when we get down there. This is truly no joke. This is up to my knees. And I'm confident you cannot hear it in this video, but down by the, where the flooding is, you just hear trees cracking. It's a little unnerving, I'm not gonna lie. But we're gonna go check on, it's very, very cold today. We're gonna go check on everybody, make sure waters are good to go. Coop checked on them last time, so this round's me. And give them just a little extra nourishment. So, what we have here, the chickens and the ducks here, they're very cold hardy. They've done really well. We do give them access to our barn if they want it. Not that it's that much warmer in there, but just having the food helps a lot. Their bodies are always gonna be digesting that way. Before I head down there, I'm gonna quick get eyes on everybody. We had a fox last week. Well, this fox has made his appearance more than once, actually. And the second time, he was close enough and he was headed the direction of the chickens that I sent Cooper out there. But we've been counting more. We don't have that many, but it's enough that, he could obliterate our entire flock that we've worked so hard for. I'm sure, in one fell swoop. So we keep checking on everyone. We let our dog out a lot. She's not a livestock guardian dog, but she scares off a lot. And she's beginning to have a respect for the chickens, so she's not going after them near as much anymore, which is really good. I still don't trust her at all, but I do think she scares off a lot. So how's everybody doing in here? They've been laying all morning, so I can't get in there. This is their laying spot. I'm not gonna take any. Don't you worry, I'm not gonna interrupt you. 2 of them were laying together earlier. So yesterday's blizzard was supposed to bring about 5 to 9 inches, and we definitely are on the upper end of that. Jason, our oldest son, Kobe, they went out shoveling last night, and Jason said, I think we're 10 to 12. And it was everything else from the last blizzard had completely melted. Oh my goodness, there's a bunch of geese down here. Wait till you see this. There is no way I will be able to cross. Okay, so why I care about this. This is in our wooded area, which is beautiful. Oh wow, this is fascinating. I'm gonna show you if they stay. I might scare them away. There's just a bunch of geese in the flooding. Why I care about this. So this whole wooded area has a path, a trail around it, and it goes down to the big river. But what I want to do, Jason's not like full on board with this idea yet, but what I want to do, it needs to be, so we have the trails, it needs to be cleared. There is no way Jason and I, and even our oldest kids, will have time to clear this anytime soon. Like, I'm thinking years from now. We have so much work to do other places. So my idea, and I think it's a phenomenal idea, I hear a bunch of snowmobiles in the background, is to raise a couple of pigs down here. Let them just forage. But I need to see where this flooding takes place, so I need to know at different times of the year when we need to move them or what we need to be looking for. And I knew that this area flooded in the spring. This is unnerving. All you hear is ice and cracking. Okay, I'm almost there. You're probably wondering what I'm talking about. So, I'm trying to not scare the birds. So all that to say, I want to raise pigs down here for our just for our family, so we can have the meat, and they would obviously help clear. And then there are so many. I am so sorry. I am incredibly distracted. There's like 10 geese down here just chilling. And then in the off times of the year before, if they're not ready to be butchered yet, then we would take them to where the garden space is and let them just till that up. So anyway, that is my grand plan. I'm hoping we can do it this year. Jason's not quite ready for that yet, I don't think. He's not sure it's a great idea. So that's why I'm watching this flooding. And it surprised me to come home and the following morning. So it wasn't like this when we got home from our little getaway. Oh, and I'll tell you more about that. It wasn't like this then, but the following morning, the flooding started. And it hasn't really risen that much, but here we go. Oh, I'm so mad. I just scared them away, and I was trying to be so quiet. There were probably 15 geese just chilling out here. So, when Jason and I went hiking with the first blizzard, this is where we were. This is where we enter our trail, and this is where it's completely flooded. So the pond, remember the frozen pond, I'll link both of those. I mean, we don't have that many videos up yet. I can link both of those videos. So this should all be trail. It's all flooding. But the pond, the frozen pond, is that direction. So the river and the ground, what melted before the second blizzard, because the ground was still frozen, it's just completely overflowing all through here. Do you hear that crackling? That's why a lot of these trees back here, not a lot, but many are dead. I mean, it floods enough. Wow. Yep, nobody's gonna be going back here for a while. I am sure you can't see it, but this right here is all ice, and there's a big crack. This would only be probably up to my ankles, maybe not even that. But this is ice. Oh my word. Okay, so first of all, I'm not in a place that would be dangerous. But right before I pushed record, I just heard a massive tree fall over here, and I don't think I can get to the pond. I cannot wait to pull this up. Can you hear all of that? They're all it's just the crackling of the trees. Wow. I think I just heard a massive tree fall into the pond. I heard a big crack, and then I heard a splash. I don't know if I can safely get over there. Wow, I've never seen anything like this. I know for a fact it did not do this last year. The interesting part of living on a river is just that. You never know what's going to happen, where you're going to have, sorry, I'm so enthralled. I keep messing with my camera. You just don't know what's going to happen. It's very, very unpredictable. We knew this is nowhere close to our house either, by the way. If our house were to ever flood, there would be so many other people that are much worse off than us that it's not really something that we have to worry about because we sit up high on the hill. But so you can see all of this flooding. That's ideally where I wanted to bring in the pigs. I don't think that would be the safest spot for them. Well, it just depends on which time of year. But we're also not wild about wanting to move them all of the time. And so the middle section is clear. I'm sure you cannot see that, and there's no way I'm stepping out in that. So the middle section though, where on the way to the actual big river, is not underwater. But so see, then to get to them, it'll be we'll have to really think through this, and then the timeline according to which pigs we would choose and all of that, because I mean, you don't want to lose pigs to something like flooding. Yeah, so just to find out how that would all work, I don't know. That's why I'm documenting this though. That's why I'm writing down the dates of this particular flooding. I'm writing down how far we approximately think it is. We would love to get a drone in here at some point in time. That's not happening yet. Just to get a really firm idea of all that is really going on out there. I would love to get eyes. Whew, sorry, I'm out of breath. I would love to get eyes on the Mackinac River. That cannot safely happen from our property right now. But I can get to the pond, so let's go check that out. So here's the pond. The pond, I have to ask Jason. I bet the pond, well, it's definitely all the way up in its banks now. So when we, the very first video that we did, I bet it was approximately 3 to 4 feet down, and it's the pond itself is completely up to the top of its banks now. So as this melts, this flooding is probably not going to go away anytime soon. And I cannot find a tree that fell. I mean, branches have fallen like crazy. So the big splash, oh my goodness, I see it just flowing out there. So I'll have to see if I can, oh actually I'll just tag the video down below. The actual splash must have been in the big river. Oh my goodness. Oh, I wish you could see what I could see. So Jason and I, when it was just him and I going on the hike, we walked into this, what would be like a ravine, completely empty. Probably again about 3 to 4 feet down. It's completely running and just flowing all throughout the woods right now. Wow. And you can hear lots of flowing water. The irony of all of that is that we just had a blizzard last night. It's like that eerie beauty. It's stunning, and yet it's really disturbing at the same time. Okay, you see all this? This is the hill. So this is the pond. The pond is completely overflowed. So in the, or overflowing, you can hear. Do you hear the running water? So this is the hill that we hiked up. Like I said, about 3 to 4 feet, maybe some spots even higher. And now it's complete, the water is all the way up and just flowing. So the bummer about this is that, I don't know, I'm not trying to make any predictions. I feel like you really have to live in a place, especially like this, for a certain amount of years to be able to know what's really going to happen. The bummer about this flooding though right now is that we're not even to spring yet. So as this thaws, and if the big river is taking trees down with it, way further down on the river, there's a bunch of, there's a log jam basically. So it's only going to add to that. And the log jam, I mean, honestly, it would be great if somebody could go in with some dynamite and just blow it up, because it's extremely dangerous. One, if you go on a like a canoe or a kayak down the river, it's so big that you have to get up and go around it. But so the bummer about this is that's only going to add to it, which could also mean that the spring flooding is going to be a lot like last year, maybe even worse. I don't know. Maybe that's way too early to say. I just know that this winter has been worse than last winter, as far as snow and ice and whatnot. It's hard to believe a few short weeks ago, I was standing down in there and my camera at this point would have been underwater as to where I had it last time. Crazy, huh? And this is why I teach my kids to have a very healthy fear of water. Creation is a force to be reckoned with. The power in water, the power in a thaw, you know, as ice thaws and starts flowing. It's worthy to have a fear of it, but a healthy fear. Like as I'm watching it, I'm in awe. I'm just absolutely in awe of its beauty, of the changes that are taking place. The fact that we literally had a blizzard yesterday and now, just because it's warmed up, I mean, it's not warm. We're still well below freezing. But things are thawing. Like, it's beautiful. I am absolutely in awe with a healthy dose of fear that I'm not going in that. I'm not going to be that, well, some might say adventurous, some might say stupid. I'm going to say stupid. I'm going to employ some wisdom with that one. Anyway, okay. Well, I wanted to share the flooding with you. I wanted to share the day after another blizzard. Yep, I'm out of breath because I'm walking up the hill. I wanted to share that beauty, but just how it's astounding to listen and watch. So, all right. Thanks for joining me. And until next time.